Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 644. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Steampunk Star Raising
of AmberStreet.com.
What's up, Connor Farley?
Shit.
What's up, David?
Shit.
What's up, Gloria?
Can't see me, but hello.
What's up, Mike D? Mike D? Shit! All right.
Mike D, I can actually talk to you now. I got decent internet now on my phone.
Shit! All right, so
Okay.
going back to previously on the Real Whovians cast, we were talking about what the hell is happening with Series 10. And we were beyond speculating, because all this could be cluster muck that doesn't exist. I'm hoping that Series 10 is a full series. I'm hoping that everything stays the same. Okay? But that may not be the case. We're going to have to wait and see. More news is coming, right, Connor? I mean, hopefully...
Well,
I don't even know. Yeah.
I think Series 10 will be a full series, but the thing that Private Eye reported about, this is the same magazine that reported the thing about there possibly not being Doctor Who in 2016, and this is actually a very credible source, as many people have pointed out, because they've said stuff in the past about Doctor Who that is true. For example, when Caroline Skinner left as executive producer and the fallout about that was reported by Private Eye.
Yeah.
You know, personal kind of logistical issues within the series like that. I mean, Private Eye have always got spot on. So I think this about Moffat being forced out or being under pressure to leave as showrunner by the BBC has a lot of truth to it. I think we'll be getting another showrunner this year.
I think somebody's upset that he didn't listen to them and make a spin-off show with the Paternoster gang.
Listen, when you do turn down your superiors,
Yeah.
they kind of have a little grudge.
Yeah.
Well,
It
leave them
does
out.
happen.
They're pointless.
Well,
They're doing the Sontarans.
Well, explain. He tried to do. They offered him a spinoff. He turned it down.
they actually wrote the check before
They actually
even
wrote a
spoke
check
to him.
for
Before they
him
even
to make
spoke
one.
to him about it.
For the Paternoster gang, which is the most appalling three-peat in Doctor Who history.
Well, still, we would have got our spin-off. And at one point in
I love the
time,
Paternoster
Davis was
gang.
doing Doctor Who, Torchwood, and Sarah Jane. So why can't Moffat?
I love the Paternoster
Sarah
gang.
Jane. I
just
never
love
seen
it.
that one. That's geared towards children, correct?
Sarah Jane's pretty
Yes,
cool.
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
it was awesome too.
It's good though. It is good. It's got a lot of fun adventures.
It has a lot of kids in it, so I like that aspect of it because
The Doctor episodes were great.
and everything. So there was a lot of like kid, even more so kid feel to it.
It's
There was-
like In the Forest of the Night, but much
Yes, but much better. Yeah.
There was 2 episodes with David Tennant as a Doctor, and one with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Fantastic, though.
And with Matt Smith, yeah, I love that one with Matt Smith. That one was a good one.
All right, Mike D.
Spoilers!
Mike D, what do you think of this whole news about Series 10 not being a full series? Like, we really don't know with Moffat leaving. What is your take on it?
Of Series 10 not being a full series, huh? Well, like, what again are we expecting it to be? Remind me that?
We may not have a series at all.
Well,
No,
I think
you're saying it wrong, right? It's supposed to be a
They
full
go on
series.
hiatus.
Yeah, but they're not sure if it's going to air in 2016. They think that it'll either air half in 2016, half in 2017, or it'll all air in 2017 because of Moffat's commitments to Sherlock.
But I still don't understand how Sherlock would affect Doctor Who. It's only 3 episodes.
Well, it's Moffat. I mean, he's...
Come on!
I think it's kind of a stupid move, but I mean, whatever. I think it's going to people. People today, they have a very short attention span. They want like instant entertainment, and I just think that that's kind of a stupid move because now, especially with Capaldi around, like they need to maximize having him here and having him not burned out and cynical about doing the series yet at this point. And they're going to end up mucking that up, and they're going to, I mean, because that's a long time for people to go without having any news, anything to really get excited about with the show. And I think it's going to kill momentum behind the show, especially now that all the fangirls don't have to, like, wank over David Tennant or Matt Smith anymore, you know, with Capaldi.
If Moffat could do Tintin while doing Sherlock, while doing a full season of Doctor Who, then how could 3 episodes of Sherlock
Well, this is what I mean.
affect him?
The reason behind the article is complete bullshit because he's proved twice before now, 3 times I think actually, that he can do it with those 2 shows. I think it's more a case that he is getting forced out and that they're having to find a replacement, but they don't want to reveal that just yet. So
You don't think it's nothing financial?
No, it's nothing financial. I'm absolutely sure of that. Because it's now the flagship show.
Yeah, but wasn't Top Gear a moneymaker too?
Yeah, but he got sacked because he punched a producer. It's a completely different scenario.
Right. Well, the producer should have got his steak ready, for crying out loud. Jeez.
It's I just don't think it's anything. I think Moffat will get forced out this year. I think that's why he's probably involving stuff like Daleks, Davros, Vikings, Underwater Ghosts.
I'm going to tell you this.
Saigons,
Right? I heard this.
Clara dying, fucking maybe even the Valyard, as we'll get to later.
Right,
You know,
well, Connor.
He's doing an end of time throughout a series.
Connor, I remember this deja vu where he kind of hijacked the 50th anniversary script. Something like that happened. Benedict Cumberbatch spoke on his behalf. Mark Gatiss and Clara, he was missing in action for a couple of days. We know that scenario. So why wouldn't he hijack Sherlock this time? Why couldn't he say, well, you want to get rid of me, Doctor Who? I'm not doing Sherlock. And well, it's not Benedict Cumberbatch or Martin Freeman because they're on my side.
I don't think he would make that play because he needs a paycheck.
I think he would.
He should just stick with Sherlock. It's where he's best at. I'm not saying he's a terrible Doctor Who, right? I mean, he's redeemed himself with Series 8.
Yeah, but we all have seen the Matt Smith era for the most part.
Yes,
exactly. Which is crap. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I've noticed that in the Matt Smith era, a lot of people have been very, very vocal about Moffat's writing style and pretty much how it's starting to become a little bit stale during the Matt Smith era. Certainly, like Connor has said, Series 8, kind of revitalized it, but not enough that I would say keep Moffat on for another series. I think now we either need, you can bring someone back. If you wanted to bring Russell T Davies back to do it, whatever, fine, you can do that. Or if you did Mark Gatiss or whatever. But we need a new writer, plain and simple.
Yeah. It's just like I said, the BBC's #1 choice for showrunner was Chris Chibnall, but he's got Broadchurch.
Right.
Which is the biggest show on a rival broadcasting
Well,
thing.
if they're gonna be running things like he did for most of Matt Smith's era, they might as well just get a chimpanzee and put him in front of a typewriter, and he would turn out the same quality of work. So
They should get Toby Whithouse. That's who I'm backing.
yeah.
Let me
Oh, go ahead.
Let me say something else. Why don't they just do something even completely different? Why don't you have someone that worked on the show, do it like Terran? I know we talked about in the last cast, Terrence Dicks. Why can't you do?
Like I said, it's not vastly different from classic Doctor Who, but I still think that New Who is kind of singing from a different song sheet in a way, and I don't know if Terrence Dicks could, he's quite old now.
Well, couldn't they bring Philip Hinchcliffe in and have him do a season?
I'd love him to come back. Actually, I would.
I think we all would. People who actually remember what Doctor Who actually is from the classic series,
Yeah.
What about Douglas Adams? What's he doing now?
He's dead.
Oh,
He's in a fucking grave.
He's
Oh
pushing
my
up
God.
daisies is what he's doing.
Oh my God! I didn't even know that. All right.
He's been in a fucking grave for 20 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Awkward.
He would be kind of skeletonized by now. Well,
So what about a
DNA
past
from his team.
doctor? What about a past doctor becoming like a showrunner?
No.
No, that's fan wank material.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you need someone who's actually. You need
So
someone.
why? I don't understand why Gatiss can't just do it. Why can't you have 2 showrunners?
Because
I want
they-
a show.
I want to see Nabil Shevin run the show.
So do I, actually.
Why don't? Yeah, right.
Gatiss and Moffat are too similar. It's not going to be much of a creative shift. You need something where there's going to be a creative shift. And I think you need a completely different writer that hasn't been around.
Get Russell T. Davies back, basically.
Well, he was on set today. Or apparently he was spotted on near the set with David Tennant.
Now, were they just watching? Or
Apparently they were just watching, but you never know, do you?
Well, Fires of Pompeii. Was Catherine Tate around too?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, they were probably.
If you remember, we teased Tate and Capaldi.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were talking
I
about it.
actually, I would. Now that you bring that up, I would love to see one episode with Donna and Capaldi's doctor. That would be awesome.
We might.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Clara's gone, that would be a nice bridge where if you're not ready for the next companion, you throw Donna in there, restore her memories, they have an adventure, she says goodbye, and then you have the new companion in Series 10.
Yeah, I think we need. I think Donna deserves that nice goodbye.
I think so.
Yes. Yes, she does.
I mean, Rose got
yes.
the tearful goodbye. She got the doctor and the kids and everything. Martha had her own goodbye. But I think, I don't know, am I the only one thinking what happened with Donna was downright depressing what happened with Donna.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just thought of
So
something.
sad. What?
What if, oh my God.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Warning,
Say
fan theory.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
What
Oh!
a Matrix
Green
1,
penis.
2,
Oh
Never
my
fear.
God.
Sleeping Angel. Oh,
Let
What
me
Matrix
guess.
4? Okay, attention everybody. Attention everybody.
Let me
Matrix
get
4 212 theory.
Riverstone comes back. Go to the
Pocket
next
universe. Girl waited. Multiple universes. The Meta-Crisis Doctor is back.
No, fuck off.
The Valyard Meta-Crisis Doctor.
That could be fun.
Oh my God.
That's bullshit.
And then you have the
Multiple universes. Girl who
I got a
waited,
better
Guardian.
theory. I got a better theory than that. I think Maisie Williams.
and you have the transgender master.
Shut up, Chris.
Oh.
I'm talking. I think Maisie Williams' forehead's gonna crack
Oh my
like
God.
space and time and create a rift.
No, wait. There's some truth into this.
Wow,
because
that's so
he
deep.
could have built his own TARDIS. He could have came in. He found the Time Lords. Maybe the Meta-Crisis Doctor. Maybe they're in that universe.
Well, he's still
No, Mike,
technically
you just
alive,
made
so
that
yeah.
clear. What if Maisie
Because
Williams?
wait a minute, this ties in with the Cybermen because the Cybermen came from that universe.
And Joe, also remember what they said about Billy Piper. She said if they don't have her again soon, then she say goodbye to her role forever.
But wait, the Cybermen are from that universe?
Yeah.
Come on, man. The Daleks.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
I don't see it.
I don't see it. No.
Mike,
All right.
I don't really see it either, but
All right, Angel.
what if Maisie Williams was responsible for those cracks in time? You know, she could've
Maisie
been-
Williams is the child of the Meta-Crisis Doctor. What is that?
No, I just think she caused the cracks in time by just hitting her head repeatedly against the wall.
That's right.
Maybe she's
Oh my
the
goodness.
child of the face and
The
bone.
impact.
No, her forehead is the face of bone. That's what it is.
You do realize Maisie Williams will never come on this show ever.
Yeah, poor thing. It's like, come on, guys.
Well, at least we'll know we're seeing
Well,
her forehead.
do they,
Oh, my
are
God.
there ever celebrities on this show anyway?
Well, yeah.
Not yet.
You're a celebrity, Chris.
Yeah,
Not
that's
now.
that's a bit of truth there. There's no celebrities on here.
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Maisie Williams ain't coming on anytime soon. Sorry.
Katie Manning did give us a shout out though.
Yeah.
So That's the only one. That's the only one.
Who is that? Who is Katie?
Joe Grant.
Who is Katie Manning?
Joe Grant. Katie Manning.
Joe Grant.
Yeah, but
Original series.
You've got to remember that.
I still don't know.
Mike D said that he would.
Let's
not bring that up. That's a sore subject.
About the bag of bones?
Oh, no. All right. So,
God.
Why is David Tennant and Russell T. Davis there? Well, Russell T. Davis did have the plot for why the Doctor had the face.
Well, yeah.
That was his story arc. So he has to be there, probably.
I think...
And again, Russell... Now, again, we're theory crafting here, but again, if Russell T. Davies has the... is basically talking about... is doing the whole thing with Capaldi's face, why he has that face, and then you have David Tennant there again. Fires of Pompeii flashback, possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
Either that or we revisit Pompeii. No, I don't know how you're going to explain why the Doctor looks, or why if Tennant is there, why he's going to look so much older than he does back then. Because we're talking, what, 8, 9 years since Fires of Pompeii?
Yeah.
Right. Well, how about this? What if it's another thing entirely? What if he is the 10th Doctor, but there's a situation where the 10th Doctor went a lot of places to avoid dying, and he just bumps into Capaldi, and Capaldi's like, "You got to go back," and he's like, "I don't want to go. I'm not going." And it's like a thing where it's like the timeline could change because he just doesn't want to, go. He doesn't want to regenerate.
I wish I never mentioned David Tennant before.
Oh, come on. It's fun, Connor. You know it's fun.
Well, I think they're always going to find the excuse to bring David Tennant back, because now that Matt Smith's film career is taken off...
Unless Maisie Williams is the daughter, the Doctor's daughter.
Yeah, well, David Tennant has always said he is going to be... He'll always be willing to come back to play the Doctor again. And again, we've already, the show has pretty much already explained the whole reason why, like, one Doctor will look older than the other, even though they shouldn't in Time Crash. They explained very briefly why the 5th Doctor looked so much older in that particular time, like a few minutes. I keep trying to think of the reason off the top of my head. I think, was it because the two TARDISes emerged? Is that why?
Something technical like that, yeah.
Yeah, they short.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I honestly, if I was doing the finale,
which makes you wonder, can TARDISes have sex?
Yeah. If I was doing the finale, and if there was a situation where Missy was about to kill Clara and the Doctor wasn't anywhere near. And I would have the TARDIS show up. She runs in the TARDIS, and it'll be David Tennant. And he'd be like, why do I got to go to Transalore? Because he just went outside the rule book. No, really, he's the one that kind of broke the rules with things. He's the one that broke the rules of regeneration and said, no, I'm keeping this face.
I'm kind of curious. I've got a question. If, as Chris said, if the two TARDISes can actually have sex, does that mean that it's actually bigger on the outside than the inside?
Oh, my God. That
is so women here on the internet.
Joe, I have to say your theory is completely unrealistic, because that is not the first thing Tennant would say. I think we all know the first thing he would say if Clara just busted into the TARDIS while he was at the controls. First word out of his mouth.
What?
What?
Right.
What? Yeah.
And then she'll just control the TARDIS, and he's just like looking at her.
He's like, how do you know this?
Yeah.
I guess the TARDIS needs more grain penis.
Oh, would you stop? Guys, really?
Women, hello.
Yeah, I really don't want that on the show. All right, so...
Yeah, women don't want to hear about green penises, Chris.
All right.
That's usually a sign that they're diseased.
Listen, let's stay the topic. Topic Doctor Who. Let's stay the topic, okay? So what else, Connor? Why else would they just... Why else would they just flat out not give us a whole year of Doctor Who.
Well, they'll never do that. They are going to give us a full year with a new showrunner. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, but they need a break if there's a new showrunner, Connor. Somebody's got to write the scripts, dude. The scripts are not written for Series 10. Someone right now
is writing the script. Yeah.
Somebody has to be.
Yes.
Well, I don't think it'd be bad if it went on hiatus. They could build up hype.
Listen, first of all, if Moffat's leaving, whatever scripts he has for 10, they can't take.
It didn't go on hiatus when Moffat took over. It just had a year of specials.
But they had enough time to write scripts and pick a doctor.
Well, how do you know that there's not been a decision made ages ago about a new showrunner?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But more than likely, that's not the case.
Well,
because here's the thing, okay? He was just signed for Series 10.
Who?
Moffat.
No.
Yes.
Never confirmed. Never actually confirmed.
They didn't say, oh, by the way, Moffat was just signed for Series 10?
When the BBC official confirmed to Radio Times that Series 10 was happening...
I'll get the article.
They actually said that what was going to happen to Moffat, Capaldi, Coleman wasn't clear. It wasn't set in stone. So either three of them could leave. All three of them could leave, two of them could leave, or only one of them could leave. Or none of them could leave. But I think that Jenna and Moffat are going. And Peter's staying. Thank God.
Let's see.
And get the one where they actually officially confirm Series 10, not one that was written by some site where it's saying, oh, well, because it's Doctor Who, we'll just assume that Series 10's being made.
Make sure it's like a reliable source.
Yeah. Actual certified information.
Wow. Just continue to talk. Let me get the article. No dead air, please.
Dead air, that was
an intense doctor. Let's talk about the monster. The worst
we're not.
No.
Okay, not that. Okay, you said no dead air.
Do you mean
not about that?
You mean Eretus or whatever his name is from Creature of the Pit?
Okay, so here we go.
Let's talk about.
Hold on, I'm going to talk now.
Would you say his name was? You said his name was Erectus?
Hold on.
Eratus or something? I don't know.
Oh.
Hold on. I got the article.
Okay.
Okay. Moffat reportedly signed up for Series 10. This is
reportedly, not confirmed.
This is from Doctor Series. This is Doctor Who TV UK.
I've already destroyed your argument, sir.
Not necessarily. I will go. Listen, there's not a big deal if you destroy it or not. But I'm not. This is not a game. But I'm just trying to see movie pilot, blog to Who, Stephen Moffat on board for Series 10. So you're saying blog to Who is no good?
Well, actually, what he said in that article was that he signed on for one more year. But
right.
How do you know that doesn't? He's actually talking about Series 9.
Because I'll share it.
And also, they could actually. Couldn't they revert his contract or whatever?
Well, if it's over 2 years, 1 year, then the contract will be null and void.
In the best interest of the show.
First of all, they're not going to sign him. First of all, why would they sign him for Series 10 and then say, we want you to leave?
What?
Why would they want to sign him for Series 10 and then all of a sudden, mysteriously, they want him out? They wouldn't sign him for Series 10, though.
Well, why all of a sudden would they confirm Series 10 for 2016 and then say it's not going to happen in 2016?
They would confirm Series 10 because they already confirmed that Doctor Who's going to last through 2020. So they're like, well, why don't we just say Series 10 already?
Yeah, but they also said that it was budgeted for 2016, which means it's probably going to air in 2016.
Well, it should air in 2016. All right, here we go. Wait. Hollywood Reporter, that's a reputable one. Hollywood Reporter reporting Stephen Moffat, Doctor Who. Wait, oh no, that's something else. Never mind.
You won't find a report saying that Stephen Moffat confirmed for Series 10. Because the BBC confirmed to Radio Times that Series 10 was going to happen, but they also said that what was going to happen to Peter, Jenna and Stephen wasn't, confirmed yet. Anything can happen.
So this is wrong too.
He could have said that he signed up, but as the BBC official, they actually confirmed the information in April when we got the actual confirmation. I think it was in April. May or June, actually, I think. Said that...
So this was from this year, though, that he signed for another year.
This was from May.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look for the official Radio Times, I'll look for the official Radio Times thing, because... and then I'll read out what was written on there.
Okay, because I don't understand why they would all lie that he's not signed for another year, or for Series 10.
Well, things can change, because Matt Smith was signed on for Series 8, but then changed his
No,
mind.
he wasn't signed on for Series 8.
Moffat
Moffat said, I'll get him to stay, but he didn't. He was never signed for Series 8. And Moffat just assumed that he was going to be. We all talked about that many times on this show.
15th of July, Doctor Who Series 10 confirmed, in brackets, of course.
Right.
Let's read the article.
So how could they now...
Just let me read the article and then we'll discuss. Here's some breaking news. Doctor Who is not being cancelled by the BBC. Quite the opposite, actually. It's been recommissioned for another series. A spokesman for the BBC has confirmed the news to RadioTimes.com, which was previously hidden away on page 32 of the BBC Worldwide Annual Review, published today. In less exciting news, it also confirmed Series 3 of The Musketeers. On page 32 of the report detailing corporate governance, the text reads, during the year matters under review included plans to launch the global genre brands BBC First in Australia and New Zealand on Foxtel blah blah blah, and investments in The Musketeers Series 3 and Doctor Who Series 10. Additionally, during the year, WEX reviewed people's policies and development opportunities across the company. Showrunner Stephen Moffat's contract covers... it does actually cover Series 8, sorry.
Yeah.
Whether current Doctor Peter Capaldi or companion co-star Jenna Coleman will still be on board for that series, however, is a whole other matter. The thing is that Private Eye, this is getting weird, because Stephen Moffat shouldn't have signed on for another series if he felt so under pressure by Sherlock.
So it's a lie then, it's a rumor.
I think that the initial article about no series in 2016 is utter bollocks.
Well, here's what I think then. I think that it's the BBC, and I think that we won't get a full series.
I think we'll get a full series. Because they'll only do a special series full of specials if Peter was being, if he was going to go.
Do you remember when the BBC were fighting with Moffat on air, when they're like, oh, he's tired, he can't get caught up, and he got pissed off, and he said, no, I'm fine. Remember that? And they were having this little tit-for-tat thing that ended pretty quickly because they had this meeting, and they're like, you can't do that, both of yous. So I think it's a similar scenario. I think that they're trying to blame Moffat, and, listen, they did shady stuff in the past, paying for the Olympics, paying for the funeral, this, Margaret Thatcher, all these excuses why we only got 2 episodes the anniversary year, and why they split Series 7 into that. So I don't think it's entirely Moffat. I think that if something does occur where we don't have a full season, I don't think it's entirely Moffat.
I think that I'm not sure now, actually, because usually Private Eye are spot on, because they have insiders. Because I actually,
what aren't you sure of?
I'm not
You're not
sure.
sure? He's signed for Series 10. You're not sure about that?
There's got to be some truth to it, I think, because it is a reputable source. People have actually said that they've reported several things about Doctor Who and they've never got anything wrong.
Okay, so he wouldn't sign for Doctor Who Series 10 if he couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I think what's happening is they're trying to explain why Doctor Who can't have a full series, and somebody put a lie in there.
I don't see why it can't have a full series.
First of all, if there was no truth to this story, why did everybody run with it?
Because
it's a clickbait article. That's what journalism is on the internet, Joe. You put up something that's going to get people's attention, even if it's not remotely what the article is about.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. If there wasn't any remotely thing true about this thing, Moffat would have came out in hours and said something. Just like when somebody would say something about an episode, he used to go on Digital Spy. He used to send friggin' Arthur Darvill or Karen Gillan to say something, or himself, or some other actor. This is not true. River Song's not a full-time companion. This is not true.
Den of Geek and also Digital Spy actually spoke to the BBC today, and they said that there's not been any plans made for the schedule of Series 10.
Well, that's interesting.
Yet. I
smell a rat.
I wonder if Moffat might have changed his mind.
No.
Because he could have done.
No.
Because Matt changed his mind for Series 8.
Matt had a choice. Do I make $4 million from a motion picture for 6 weeks' worth of filming, or do I make $300,000 for 1 year's worth of Doctor Who?
Moffat has the choice of something...
Moffat is not going to turn down
Hear me out. Hear me out. Moffat has the choice of something that isn't his and that will inevitably be passed on to someone else, or he has the choice to focus on his own baby, being Sherlock. And
he's already focusing on Sherlock.
Yeah, but he's splitting his attention two ways.
He's been doing that for years.
Yeah, but
I think it's a case. I think it's a case like a working mother with their baby, and they're having to split their time from being a mother and a working mom, and their baby is sick. Of course, they're going to pick their baby.
No, you want to know why? You want to know why? No, because Sherlock is at an end. Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are getting way busier now since The Hobbit's done. He's locked on for 3 possible Doctor Strange movies. He's locked on possibly for the Infinity Gauntlet 2 movies. Okay, Martin Freeman is locked in Civil War. He's in a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know who the hell he's playing. So besides that, they're doing other movies. Okay, besides the superhero stuff. So they even said, we don't even know when we're going to film, at the time, Season 4, because I remember Martin Freeman came after the BBC because the BBC made an announcement, we're just going to order more Sherlock, and Moffat was pissed, and Gatiss was pissed, but they did a professional answer. They're like, well, we understand the BBC want this, but we just have to work around the actor schedules and us, because we're also doing Doctor Who. Okay? They don't want to put it down this is bullcrap. That they're talking smack, that they want more episodes. And Martin Freeman immediately said something like, we're kind of busy, you can't actually do more episodes, we're kind of busy. So, as much as they want to do Sherlock, okay, they're busy. So, Season 4 of Sherlock may be it, or Season 5. So, there's no long-term future for whoever's staying with Sherlock, because it's only going to be 1 more season or 2 more seasons. But Doctor Who, you could be locked to 2020. So where would you stay? You would stay with Doctor Who, because that's a temporary endeavor. Doctor Who is a long-term 5-year plan.
I think regardless, we're going to get a full series in 2016.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because it's somebody's lying. I think that there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors. One,
I seriously do not think it's financial.
Okay, what about Capaldi? What if he's tired of doing this long run of filming? What if he wants specials for a year?
Tired of doing Doctor Who?
No, not tired of doing Doctor Who. Tired of spending so many months on Doctor Who, where he doesn't really have that much of a break.
Well, there is always a honeymoon period with any of this stuff. I mean, people can be all riled up and razzed up about getting involved with a project, but after they've been on it for a while, I mean, look at Daniel Craig with, like, Bond. I mean, they kind of get a bit cynical after a while to where they're just kind of phoning it in a little bit, where it's going to become, like, a bit of a hindrance to them. Like Joe was saying, he might just get tired of the scheduling and the filming, and just is like, I love Doctor Who, but it's like, I mean, anything we love, we can get sick of it real quick if that's all we're focused on. And if he's focused on having to be the Doctor all the time, then the novelty's going to wear off after a while of, hey, I'm cast as this part that I've always wanted to play, and I acted, as a kid like the Doctor and all that sort of stuff. He's going to be looking at it now where it's like, it's a job. It's not like, he's just going to become very cynical of it.
And he moved closer to where they're filming.
His
mom died.
To me, he just seems still very, 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 very dedicated.
I'm not saying he's not dedicated.
I know, I'm just saying that I don't think he's bored yet. No, you're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish, are you? I'm saying I don't think he's bored because he's very dedicated to wanting to stay on a long time.
Who said he's bored?
Well, that's what you said.
I didn't say he was bored.
You said that he wouldn't want to do the filming because he's bored of doing the film.
No, I didn't say he was bored. I said that, first of all, when he was complaining about Series 8, it wasn't that he was bored.
When was he complaining about Series 8?
Series 8, he said it was a very long, they had the articles posted, he had talked, and he says it's just a lot to do, a lot to film.
Yeah, but he's not going to say it took 2 days to film 12 episodes,
I'm not saying that, but Connor, just give me a chance here, okay?
Right.
Series 9, he got more into a groove, where I didn't hear one complaint for filming Series 9 at all. Series 8, at first, he had to adjust, okay? But you got to take into account, right? David Tennant wanted to do Hamlet, wanted to do other things. He says, hey, can I free up my schedule a little bit? They made specials. Okay?
Yeah, but that was after 3 or 4 years.
But still.
Peter's done 1.5 at the moment.
Well, 9 is in the bag, as far as I'm concerned, so this is the third season.
Yeah.
Okay? So he could have a choice, possibly, and say, hey, you're giving wiggle room for Benedict Cumberbatch and filming around his schedule, and Martin Freeman's around his schedule. Well, I'm going to do World War Z 2. I'm going to do Paddington 2. I'm going to do this. I want a little wiggle room. I'm going to stay with Doctor Who. I'm loyal to Doctor Who. I'll be here for another 5 or 10 years, but I don't want to be filming for 10 months.
He isn't going to be around for 10 years.
I'm just saying. He's not bored. Maybe he wants to film a couple things. Maybe he wants to cut it in half.
He's not just going to do 2 years.
I know that. He signed on for Series 10 at least. It's already a locked year.
I think he's doing 2 more series at least after this one.
And if they split it, then it's done.
I'm saying full series, by the way. I'm not saying splits or specials or, whatever possible option there is under the sun. I think he'll do at least 2 more series.
When there was a threat of losing Jenna Louise Coleman because they split the series, her agent had called Moffat, and rather than have the worry of losing her, signed her immediately.
But she just started.
I'm just saying, they didn't want to lose her because she's like, oh, you're doing the split thing. What's happening? I want to do other stuff. Whatever. They signed her. So, listen.
Yeah, but she's going this year. She's not going to stay any longer than this year. That's for certain.
Well, we'll see about that too.
Well, the way Peter's talking, it seems like she's going to die, but...
Well, Peter also said that he's going to try to get her to stay. So...
Well, whatever happens. I just don't see Peter giving up after 2 years.
I'm not saying he's giving up. I'm just saying that maybe...
No, but you're saying he's getting, I don't know,
I'm
tired
saying...
of
No.
filming?
I'm saying that he wants maybe a lessened schedule for 1 year, a little break, maybe. We're trying to figure out, right? Didn't you just discuss it with me and you're like, well, it doesn't make sense that Moffat signed on for Series 10, but then why would he sign on if he's going to leave? So we're trying to figure out answers. Speculating, what could be the reason?
Well, I didn't say sign on
season?
because he's going to leave. I said sign on because then he'd know that he had the pressure of Sherlock at the same time. That's what I meant. I didn't mean that, he wouldn't sign.
There's going to be some truth to this article that Doctor Who is not a full season.
But there's no reason why it can't be.
Listen, things don't make sense to me half the stuff that they do.
There's always a little minuscule truth in most lies.
Connor, you don't think I want a full season?
Rumors.
I don't know. Do you want a full season?
Of course I want a. Are you crazy?
Well,
don't I run with Scribe the Facebook say no to the BBC for cutting back Doctor Who? That we've done that for like years and years and years. We've had a campaign of writing to the BBC. We have over 1,000 people, Connor, that I'm still doing to this day, a campaign to stop Doctor Who from getting cut. So if I'm constantly doing that in the background besides the podcast, why the F would I want a season to not be a full season?
Well, I don't know. You asked me if I thought that if you wanted a full season or not, so I was.
Of course I want. Not only do I want
can I say something?
So just yeah.
I want more than a full season.
Yes,
I want
if
the
it's not
episodes
anything
back.
about green penises or TARDISes having sex, yes, you can say that.
Of course.
I want episodes back that we lost. That's what I want.
Well, I mean, this kind of reminds me of a discussion many years ago about Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica from 1978. It had good ratings, did very well, but the network still canceled it because they didn't like paying for special effects for an expensive sci-fi show. They felt like it was just better to do like a daytime drama in place of a sci-fi show, even though it was doing well in ratings. They just looked at the expense of an expensive sci-fi show. So that may be what's going on with Doctor Who behind the scenes. They might think that the special effects and everything is too expensive, even though it's popular. And why not do a reality show? Reality shows are cheaper.
I just don't see them not doing a full series, personally.
All I know is, and I hate to say it, but the campaign is still on. Write your letters to the BBC, make comments, make videos. We got to stop people in general, not necessarily for 2016, but in general. We have to stop the BBC from cutting Doctor Who in any capacity. We've lost seasons.
I'm just going to say that
you have a Facebook page dedicated to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. All I want to say is that it happened before. I don't want it to happen, and I'm all for that fan book page, Joe, and you know that. I've liked it and everything. I know it's possible. It's not out of the realm of it happening, and that's why what Joe's saying. He's saying it could be that they're just, doing that they're cutting it, a shorter season. So that's why he's saying that. It's not necessarily that he wants it to happen. He doesn't. He's just saying that it's still a possibility.
Well, no one said he wants it to happen, but he asked me if.
And you were asking
if I thought, and then I asked him so he could answer himself, and then he got a bit defensive about it.
I didn't mean to get offensive, but I'm very passionate about Doctor Who. I work very hard on these web pages, and I want Doctor Who to either grow or I don't want to lose any episodes, okay? I want the episodes back we lost. I want a season back that we lost somehow. Okay, so I'm all about Doctor Who either remaining the same episode count or growing. We're getting back what we lost, okay? I really want to say to everybody who has supported our page, Say No to the BBC for Cutting Doctor Who, we reached 1,000 people today, 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy and proud about that. Please continue doing what you're doing. Please continue making your videos, writing letters into the BBC, commenting on the page. It'll be greatly appreciated.
I'm not trying to be a smartass or anything. I'm just asking because I'm not really aware of this page. But I mean, is this kind of like the thing where people just kind of wear like a ribbon and say, "Hey, look at me, I care about cause," and really nothing happens?
No, actually, no.
I mean, are they actually?
We've got responses. We've had stuff on the air when they responded to us of our individual letters. So no.
What did they say? Was it like just a stock answer that they responded just out of general courtesy, or?
No, in some cases it's like we got them back into a corner. You know, we got the stuff exposed.
It's like a campaign to show awareness and also to kind of give people the incentive to write to BBC to tell
They
them
will
not
go
to
under
cut
pressure.
anymore.
Well, I understand
that you're making an announcement.
I understand the general premise of how that works, Gloria. I'm saying, like, as far as this particular
we will get answers faster.
That's what that page is. I'm telling you what the page is for.
I understand how the general
We'll get answers faster because people will be flooding their offices with letters and calling them and bothering them, and they will finally make an answer. What the hell is happening? It's happened for a couple of occasions.
I'm not sure how much that really steers the ship in another direction.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to change the direction, but it's going to give us answers that we need. We're going
I just think that I think that the show's kind of pretty much peaked. I mean, I think that they're going to make a big mistake in 2016 if they don't continue the momentum going forward with Capaldi, because he's a great actor in the role. But, you know, just like Colin Baker was a great actor, and with his tenure as the Doctor or whatever, I mean, they found a way to muck it up, and they can find a way to screw up the series, and then they'll have to resort to something desperate like stunt casting the new Doctor as being like a female. And it'll just be downhill from there. So I don't really. I mean, the show, everything peaks. I mean, nothing stays at the top. And I mean, the show's been around longer than we expected it was going to be during its revival, and I see it starting to peter out a bit if they start doing crap like that. Because, like I said, people have very short attention spans. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, there's that show that was on, you know, a year or so ago, and it's got that guy, and whatever. You know, they just won't care. It's not the new flavor of the month.
Thing is that the situation that they're stating is the reason why they couldn't do a full series in 2016 is so avoidable that you're wondering why they're not avoiding it.
Yeah. I mean, look at Walking Dead right now. I mean, it's like the most popular show on television, like, period. And something that's that popular burns out faster than anything, because it's going to be like that star that burns bright and then just fades out.
Well, look when it started. It spinned off already into another series. It's the Fear the Walking Dead, and it's been they want it to last over 10 years.
That's called a cash grab. Well, they can't project shit like that, Joe. I mean, I could say, hey, you know, I plan on being alive like 40 years from now. I mean, great. I mean, who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But, I mean, you can't
look at Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is supposed to end because they're surpassing the books. So whatever they write about is not going to be genuine to the story. But they wanted to go. Yeah. They wanted to go beyond 8 years.
No, because George R.R. Martin has told them everything that they need to know about that.
So after, okay.
Yes, that's what he said. That's what he's
definitely told them.
He's told them where they're going.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But he doesn't have the end story.
He does.
He does have the end story.
It's just that it takes him so long to write every book that, you know, he's not sure whether he'll even be alive to see the end of the series be finished by himself. So he's told them where they're going and what the end result is, what happens at the end of the...
I just think that here it is, you make an announcement, it's going to be on until 2020 at least. Then give us full series every year up until 2020. Why cause a situation where you start to fall down a cliff?
Well, Joe, let's just keep in mind, we're all premising this on one article in one magazine.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
there just seems no truth to it to me, to be honest.
Well, I hope that I hope that I'm wrong because I want to be wrong. I want Doctor Who to have full series. It's not always it's good to be wrong sometimes, and I really hope that it's a full series.
I wasn't on when that article was released, and Joe told me we were on the phone. And how did I react, Joe?
Yeah, I know.
I flipped out. I was like so angry and upset.
Yeah.
No.
Because also, if you're not going to have a series in 2016, then that's a year of Peter gone because he's getting older now.
Yes.
If you miss that year, then it's just gonna.
We love you, Peter, but
barely last 3 series because.
But that's why I'm trying to tell you, Connor. As every year goes by, he's older. He's not going to have the tolerance, the energy to freaking do these 10-month schedules.
Yeah, but you worded it to me earlier like it was.
No.
That's the reason why.
I didn't mean it by that. No.
Series.
Yeah, I didn't mean it by that.
I think that's exactly the reason why they should do a full series.
They need to get as much Peter Capaldi time as possible. Right
And they
now.
will, because I just don't see this article coming true, personally.
I hope you're right, bro. I really do. I'll be praying because.
But I do hope that thing about Moffat being forced out is true. I mean, screw the contract.
I doubt that very much.
Time for him to go.
He's making them a lot of money.
I think what will happen is that he'll stay, but there also will be a full season. I think that they're pressuring him so that way he'll work harder.
Maybe, yeah.
I want him to bring someone in as a co-showrunner.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Where it's a difference of opinion. He doesn't have the final say because this person will be the one to take over for him, like an apprentice.
Yeah, but if you had a co-showrunner and there was a difference in opinion, then you're never going to really agree on something.
Well, see, it's all about ego, dude. It's all about ego.
Yeah, but I mean, would you hire someone to be your overseer and you be the one to decide that you're going to hire someone that's going to tell you what to do when you're the boss? No, of course not.
Well, if it was
not ego, that's just common sense.
The thing is that it's about checks and balances. He has nobody to answer to. Everybody's afraid to tell him.
But that doesn't hurt him. He doesn't give a shit. It's all about the money, dude. Why would he care? It's like saying if I have a choice to have someone to oversee my actions, or I can just do what I want to do, why on earth would I choose to have somebody oversee my actions?
All right, so then if you don't have
that goes against self-interest, which is what human nature is.
Well, then trust your writers to write their own stuff and don't interfere with the script.
But he does. He just sometimes has to lay down the law with them to make sure that the series arc is.
I guess what Joe means is someone to hold him accountable, but I don't think that he'll do that, though.
You know what I want to see before he leaves?
What?
When I see someone writing about stories with his characters, River Song, Weeping Angels to Silence, where he doesn't have any writing credit on that story. Like, in other words, the rumored Neil Gaiman Weeping Angel story.
Yeah.
If that actually happened, I would have a newfound respect. But
Well, actually,
I don't think that will ever happen.
Yeah, I said before, I remember that he'd happily pass on the Weeping Angels for someone else to write.
I want to see.
You said that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to see someone else's take on his characters. I want to see what they would do.
Yeah, especially
I
River.
want to see what they would do.
More River.
Weeping Angels, the Silence,
Tell me
Man,
more
Bavarian, the Church, all of that. In fact,
We'll
I
see
think
what
that
happens. It's far too early to make any final choices or, like, I'm dead set on this happening, blah, blah, blah.
we need to shake up the Who universe. And we need to have, it doesn't have to be new villains all the time. You could have the Silence in there,
Yes.
with the Daleks, where these races don't get along, or whatever they are.
And
Or-
an old series villains back.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a writer on the show, you're going to want to create your own alien so
Correct.
that they can option that in the future and make more money off of that, because you're not going to make money off pre-existing aliens that other people already have their writing credit for creating.
Yes, I think that's the beauty of Doctor Who. Someone wants to contribute something that's theirs, not something that's coming back or something that's, you know.
Yeah.
People would rather have a story that's completely their original. Everything in the story is original to them.
Right.
I think
the
there's a sense of pride.
Who wrote the Christmas episode again?
Moffat wrote the last
Moffat, yeah. Okay, so he created the Dream Crabs.
Yeah, he created the Dream Crabs, which is a great monster. I enjoy.
Yeah, I like.
Well, it's like for example, Connor's a writer. You know, like they give Connor an episode of Doctor Who to write. If he's smart, he's going to create like the most badass sort of alien villain, so that they would bring him back in the future, and Connor would make more money off of that. He wouldn't just take some alien like the Cybermen or something and go, oh, well, let me see what I can do with this, because that's just stupid.
Like Miss Delphox, right?
Uh-huh.
She would work in another episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it. Time High sucked.
I loved it. I loved it.
I didn't like it.
And it's not just because of Sky either.
I'm with Gloria on that. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was a good story.
I loved it.
The Teller was actually very good. I thought it was.
The Teller was good. Miss Delphox was good, but the story was just blah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It made me laugh, and it was like really. I liked it. It was an enjoyable episode.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
And by the way,
it
don't
was one of my
forget
favorites of that season.
Capaldi's first series is coming to Netflix this week.
Yes, 2 days.
Yep, I can't wait.
Just a reminder.
I just want to rewatch it.
So Steampunk, you could where to go? Oh, he's on.
Well, are we going to talk about the Valyard and all that?
Yeah, well, let's go. We've been told, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Instead of beating Moffat, you know, beating that
Beating
into
a
the
dead
ground.
horse. Listen, beating a dead horse.
Moffat. Silly Moffat.
So, can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Today we, amongst all this fucking stupid ass news about 2016, we got a casting announcement, and this guy has actually been in Doctor Who before, because he was.
Is that Jared from Subway?
Is that the second Doctor in Space and Time?
He played the second Doctor in An Adventure in Space and Time. He's called Rhys Shearsmith, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually worked with Gatiss on League of Gentlemen and stuff. He's an old friend of Gatiss's, so it's no surprise that he's in a Gatiss written episode. Shearsmith in Subway, did you say?
Yeah, they probably. I'm not sure if they have that franchise. It's a food franchise, and they've got this guy who was the spokesperson named Jared.
Oh. No, that's not.
If you gotta explain the joke, that means I failed that joke. So.
Yeah, they don't have Subway in the UK.
I know who you're talking about now. I didn't know. I thought you were talking about some show or something like Taxi or something.
He looks like Jared. He looks like Jared from Subway.
A little tiny bit. Not completely for me, though.
Look, that looks like. I don't know what Jared looks like. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, what does he look like, Connor?
I've heard of that guy. Yeah.
Who does he look like in Doctor Who, though?
Sorry?
Who could he be?
Well, if you look at the outfit, he looks remarkably like the Valyard.
Yeah.
But he also looks like Nida from Genesis of the Daleks.
Or who was the guy in the Two Doctors, Dastaria or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that I think he's the Valyard.
I think he's the Valyard.
And also, if you notice, he's wearing the same glasses as Peter Capaldi, but they're just transparent and they have the lenses.
Uh-oh. We're getting excited. Spoilers!
I think that that's a hint I think this episode.
Transparency,
He said, I'll read out the quote if I can find it. He said, "I'm absolutely thrilled to be filming Doctor Who, as Matt Gatiss has written a fantastic role for me in a very scary episode. It's been so exciting to be a part of a very singular episode, which I can say with authority will be unlike any previous episode of Doctor Who.
That's a value.
It's a joy to play a part in the show. Certainly a badge of honor."
There you go. There you go, a badge of honor.
There's your doctor right there. There's your doctor.
Well, there was a line in there that said something about floating around in the back of my head for a while.
Yeah,
and
I'm just about to get to that, actually.
There's your doctor.
I won't ruin it then. Go ahead and read it.
Yeah. Matt Gatiss said, "I'm delighted to be writing again for Peter and Jenna's brilliant TARDIS team and very excited about this particular story. It's been brewing in the dark recesses of my mind for a while now. I'm also chuffed a bit to finally welcome my old friend Reese Shearsmith into the show. He's been badgering me for 10 years.
Brewing in the back
floating
of
in
my
the dark. No, he said dark recesses of the back of my mind, which perfectly describes what the Valyard is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The dark.
Yes! Oh my gosh, guys!
Also, it was described somewhere. Yes, actually, actor, comedian, and award-winning writer Reese Shearsmith joins Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman as he takes up a guest role in a special episode. Special episode.
He's the Valyard.
Special
He is the Valyard!
He's
I'm
the
so
Valyard.
excited.
I'm calling it now.
We're calling it now.
We're calling it
Valyard.
now, everybody! He's the Valyard, oh my gosh!
Well, yeah, because let me point out real quick. I mean, like to me, that seems like a little bit of a tip of the hat when they say this thing's been brewing in my head in the dark recesses in the back of my mind. The dark recesses in the back. You know that was on purpose. That those words were used.
And you know that Missy's going to come out and say "you" again.
I think the episode.
When I was on Facebook and they actually showed that particular photo, I actually wrote down on that official
Valyard.
on the BBC Facebook where they shared that. I said all I wrote were 2 words: possible Valyard with a question mark, and then people were liking it and were like, "Oh my God, I did not know I wanted this until you just said it."
All right, we all agree it's the Valyard, but
yeah, look at him.
I think the episode is going to be a case of good cop, bad cop.
Hold on, Connor. We need an open-minded second guess.
Possibility, okay.
All right.
He's a new character.
I'm going to do the second guess first.
Yeah, let's hear Joe for a minute. Okay.
If he definitely isn't the Valyard, which make no mistake, I want him to be the Valyard. Okay. Who's to say that just like in Day of the Doctor, where we got to see Capaldi before he appeared, who's to say that this is not a regenerated Peter Capaldi as the 13th Doctor? If it's not the Valyard.
Could that? Oh my gosh. We could be seeing a future Doctor.
Well, technically the Valyard
is a future Doctor,
but he could not be the Valyard. He could technically be a good guy.
Yeah, the good version of him. Like
that's the second opinion, that he's...
Well, wait, what about...
Peter Capaldi regenerates because he has the same glasses.
But they wouldn't do... No, they wouldn't do that in the Wayfarer sunglass style, because they wouldn't commit to something like that. They wouldn't commit to already having somebody...
already.
They always... The smart thing is to always keep your options open, and they know that. They're going to do that. They wouldn't commit to doing something like that.
Who was that evil version of the Doctor during Matt Smith's run? What did they call him? The Dream Lord or something?
The Dream Lord.
Dream Lord.
Yeah.
Couldn't that be another version of the Dream Lord?
Yeah, but he's a little decent fuck, isn't he? He's
Toby Jones is awesome, as far as I'm concerned. So, and Toby Jones said that he would love to return.
What was Toby Jones?
Toby Jones and Jenna Louise Coleman were in Captain America, and he's in Captain America 2.
Fascinating.
He was, he played...
Superheroes.
Modok.
Scientist.
He's one of those guys you've seen in everything. He played, Trying to think of who the author was in that film.
Truman
Capote.
Yeah, thank you.
Truman Capote. Yes. Hold on a minute. I've got him right here.
He was
one of the announcers for the Hunger Games.
He was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which was great. Hunger Games, Stephen King.
And of course, he was Dobby. And he was Dobby.
Dobby in the Harry Potter films. Yep.
The voice.
Oh,
right.
I never knew that.
All right, so we're hoping.
I think he's a Valyard.
Yeah, I hope he's a Valyard.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm so excited.
They wouldn't say special episode if he was a new character.
And you know what? That would be a shocking thing to put the Valyard in episode 9 rather than the finale, because we would be expecting it.
Because maybe he'll come back for the season finale also.
If you also think like series 9, not series 9. I think episode 9 would have around about be the time they start to edge towards referencing things that might happen in the finale, or move the story forward a lot more towards the final episode or the final 2 episodes, or whatever.
The climax of the series.
It kind of those 4 episodes are kind of like the climax. Middle, there's the beginning, middle, and climax of the series. So I think that to start off with him as the Valyard, and then go into episode 10, which we know nothing about, and then episode 11 and 12, I think that would be kind of nice. I think just the word special episode, and as Mike said, dark recesses of the mind, and him saying that it's a badge of honor.
Badge of honor, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an exciting role in a dark episode.
What would be cool, take a second here, what would kind of be cool is if they started an episode and you were expecting to see Capaldi as the Doctor, in sort of like Night of the Doctor, when you heard McGann come in and say, somebody say Doctor, but not the one you had in mind, and it's actually the Valyard, not Capaldi's Doctor that's there. Yeah. And you're like, holy crap, what are we about to see? That'd be a great intro.
Yeah.
Like, help me, Doctor, help me, something like that, and then the Valyard shows up and he's like, no, I don't think so. And you're like, wow.
I mean,
really a scary way.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be a great lead-in to the opening credits. That would suck you right in to the opening credits. Like, well, even the people who don't know who the Valyard is, they would be like, well, wait a minute.
Okay,
why are they calling this guy the Doctor? Yeah, who is this guy? Why is this guy? What's going on here? That's a great opening title.
Yeah.
And then all the way through the opening title, they're like, "Come on, get over." That would be like one of the first times you'll be like, "Okay, I don't want to hear the theme. Like, get to the episode already."
I mean, another option actually.
Sorry. No. I'm sorry, Connor. I was just gonna to add to that thought before we move on. I was gonna say, like, I could clearly see, like, they could have like some character that's central to the storyline, kind of like a jump ahead in the story, take place in the pre-title sequence, where they have like somebody running, Doctor, help, or whatever, and the TARDIS door opens and it's the Valyard, not who we're expecting to see.
Yeah.
And then just him go, I don't think so, or something, and just some sort of one-liner type deal where you're like, wow, who the hell is this? And this guy's a real sinister sort of person, kind of do something like that. You got to suck people in through the opening credits, Plus, they would be a great grab as a story. And for fans, too, Fans want to see that kind of stuff. That'd be awesome.
I was just going to say, like, as a second option, because I know that Joe was going out there. I think maybe the Black Guardian.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That could be
Connor.
I think either the Valyard or the Black Guardian.
Good call, Connor.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah.
But I just don't having the glasses like that, where it's instead of transparent and stuff, like it's an exact same as what Peter's wearing. It just makes me think of good cop, bad cop kind of scenario, where they're like both kind of the same, but they look different. Obviously, it's just too much of a coincidence.
Also, the transparency. Also, the transparency makes you think of like transparency of the character of knowing who. Like, will know who he is by the way he acts. He'll be, like, true to himself of who he is. He won't be, like, putting on an act for the other characters. He'll be, like, very straightforward and stuff.
Well, not that this means anything specifically. I'm just saying, like, looking at him around the eyes, he actually looks like a really, really younger version of John Hurt as the War Doctor in the face. Even though I don't think it's the same character.
I just saw it. I just saw that. Yeah.
I was actually
When
going
you
to
said
say
that.
myself that he doesn't look a million miles away from. Is it Michael Jaston who played the original Valyard?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He looks like a younger
Yeah, he doesn't.
version of him too.
You know, he's not a million miles away from an appearance that looks like that. So
Yeah.
maybe he's a logical replacement.
Yeah. Like a good choice for casting.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, here he is, I think. Hold on, let me just...
Some other pictures of him.
I just got some breaking news, but totally something, a different completely type of podcast that we do.
There he is.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to actually have to, because this is really important.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, he's not a million miles away from Michael.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
see,
wait a
he's
minute,
really similar.
And also there's the silver around the grey around the shoulder pads like that.
Yeah, see the lines
And
around the thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the lines as well. They'd want to obviously update the outfit a bit, I think.
Yeah. And then the shoulder pad part area is like gold, like grayish, like kind of like the silver glitter.
Make it look a bit more modern, and I think.
Yeah.
Connor, could you do me a favor?
Oh,
yeah.
totally
Connor, could you do a thumbnail for me with both of them right next to each other?
Yeah, do that.
The Doctor and the
Yes, these
Like
two
side
pictures
by
that you
side.
have,
Yeah,
side
well,
by side, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Excellent.
so. Even the way he's like posed.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
green.
Wow.
Hold on. Is this what he's wearing right now? Is that his costume for Doctor Who?
That's a still promotional shot of the character, like how they did with Danny. So that's actually his costume for the character.
Wow.
He did actually say in the video, because there was a video released with the report, that he couldn't show his outfit, but then they showed this costume.
Okay.
So maybe that's actually, he's trying to hide it because he knows that Whovians who are more experienced in the the whole entire Who
It
universe.
doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look like something a normal actor would wear. It looks like a costume.
It just looks too much like the Valyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the glasses as well being so similar to what Peter's wearing in this particular series, it seems so distinct in the trailer. You know, it's
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Wow. All right. Anything else on this?
I'm just saying it's either the Valyard or the Black Guardian.
It's the value.
Yeah, I think it's the Valyard though.
I think it's one of those two, but I'm going for the Valley.
I like the Black Guardian secondary choice, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, guys, we have breaking news for the Horrorcast. Monumental. We'll be back. Take care. Bye for now.